Eric with All Corners Inspections. This is the roof evaluation for this single family home here in Florence, Oregon. As with all the videos in this report, we would request that you view this video as supplemental to the written version of the report to which this video has been attached. A couple of things bear mentioning prior to me diving into the few challenges with this Gable style roof. First is that an Oregon home inspection does not include a roof warranty, meaning we make no claims as to this roof's ability to keep water out of the ceiling voids and attic spaces for the living space below. That goes doubly for that deck at the rear portion of the roof line. I know I've mentioned this before in a previous video, but that covered roof that's been subsequently covered with a deck was not possible to evaluate, and we're not going to make any claims as to the current quality and condition of that membrane. Second, we highly recommend ever-increasing frequency and dollars for both professional roof maintenance as well as professional roof evaluations, as a well-maintained roof will oftentimes have the longest lifespan. We've made note of a number of exposures of this roof line with loose shingles. The shingles are loose but still very rigid. This is just an indication that we're probably about the 5 to 7 year mark. We start to see this kind of thing. We'd recommend getting a roofer up on this roof line to maybe tack those down in the areas where they're most severe. You can see one there in the distance along this run that's actually physically lifted. A good idea to catch those well before they have an opportunity to become thin or get perforated and then leave the roof line. The gutters all appear to be in reasonable condition, but there's rust in the base of each of the troughs. We'd recommend monitoring them over time and then probably budgeting for replacement of the gutters. The skylights appear to be all intact. However, the flashing around the uphill portions of each of these skylights are in poor condition or moderate condition with a fairly substantial amount of rust near the areas where they hit the roof line. We'd recommend maybe maintaining those areas as well. There's an improper termination, or we're going to consider an improper termination of the ridge at the step gable. The left-hand side of the house, you can see this sort of darker line there. That generally is covered by this roof portion. So this roof portion descends the roof line, covers up this section, or maybe a piece of flashing would cover this up. There's a possibility that you'd have water accumulation at the area underneath this portion. But while the roofer is on this roof evaluating and making repairs to the loose shingles, we'd also like to have them pay attention to this portion of the roof line as well. The chimney appears to be in reasonably good condition, but as with all inspections, we'd recommend having the chimney evaluated by a licensed mason and or chimney sweep. I don't know if there's any brickwork or stonework behind this. There is some creosote buildup inside the flue, and as such, we would recommend a licensed chimney sweep be called upon to maintain the chimney. There are also caulking joints that are in poor condition at the seams between the various areas of the stack. I recommend also maintaining those as well. Eric, All Corners Inspections.